We are swimming in propaganda. Not just the old school posters and wartime slogans. I'm talking memes, deep fakes, algorithm-driven rage bait, and AI-crafted lies designed to hit you right in the brainstem. Political propaganda has leveled up, and if you don't know how to spot it, you're basically handing over your mind to whatever programs have the loudest megaphone. Propaganda isn't new. It's as old as politics itself. Ancient rulers carved their greatness into slabs of stone. World War II plastered walls of posters demonizing the enemy. In the Cold War, it was a non-stop PR battle of freedom versus communism. But here's what's different today: speed and precision. Propaganda no longer has to be a clunky poster program. Now it's micro-targeted ads, fake news sites, and bot armies flooding your feeds within seconds. Russia's disinformation playbook, from Ukraine war narratives to election meddling in the US and Europe, Russian propaganda is a masterclass in flood the zone with shit. The point isn't to convince you of one truth. It's to drown you in so many lies that you stop trusting any truth. That sounds familiar. China's AI deepfakes, state-backed accounts have pushed realistic AI-generated videos to discredit activists and boost pro-Beijing narratives. Imagine arguing with a person online. Yeah, imagine that. Only to learn that it's a synthetic face and voice pumping out party lines. America's homegrown propaganda. Fox calling opinion pieces news. Facebook's algorithm rewarding outrage. Politicians pushing memes that reduce complex policies to playground insults. I think the word woke fits into that. And now AI tools are spitting out grassroots-looking comments and articles to create an illusion of consensus. Propaganda works because it bypasses logic and goes straight to emotion. Fear, anger, pride, nostalgia. Doesn't care if it's true. It cares if it spreads. And now, thanks to AI, those emotional triggers can now all be fine-tuned. Imagine propaganda not just aimed at your demographic, but at your personality type, your browsing habits, even your mood, based on how long you pause at a post. That is not political messaging. That, my friends, is psychological warfare. So what do? A single silver bullet, but there are a few shields that we can use. Media literacy everywhere. Teach people, kids, adults, grandparents, how to spot manipulated images, how to verify sources, and how to slow down before you hit share. Algorithmic transparency. Tech companies must be forced to reveal how their feeds amplify content. If outrage and lies are profitable, they will always win until the system changes. AI detection tools. If propaganda is AI made, then detection needs to be too. Push for watermarking. Push for disclosure. Push for open source watchdog tools. If all your news comes from one source, you're a sponge soaking up whatever bias that source pushes. Read across the spectrum. Triangulate the truth. Call it out loudly. When you see propaganda, don't just roll your eyes. Point it out. Share the fact check and the context. Shine a big, bright light on it. Propaganda wilts in sunlight. So let's be honest. If you're falling for every meme or every AI-generated rage post, you're not a patriot. You are a mark. Propaganda only works if people let it. And right now, too many of us are acting like lab rats, hitting the anger button, while billionaires and autocrats cash in. Propaganda has always been about power. The difference now with AI is that it's faster, cheaper, and smarter than ever. But here's the catch. Propaganda still needs your permission. It still needs you. Click, share, believe, and obey. The fight against propaganda isn't just global, it's personal. It's personal. Every single one of us has to decide whether we're gonna be manipulated or whether we're gonna push back. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. I remember all the propaganda from when I was a kid, from going through the Cold War. I mean, it was in my cartoons, it was on my cereal box, it was everywhere. And I see a lot of that now. I mean, it's not, yes, I do still watch cartoons, but I don't eat cereal anymore. But I do still see it in the news, I see it in the papers, I see it coming out of the mouths of our own president. And it's, I don't know, it's like, I don't know if it's like PTSD or what, but when I see it, it triggers something in me. And, I can feel my heart, I can feel my blood pressure going up because I could spot it. I was trained very, very young to see this kind of thing, because, we were kids. So we asked a lot of questions and, we found out very early, I'm talking like 5 years old, what propaganda is. And so when I see it happening again today, it's never really left, but it is really ramping up right now. And so I just wanted to do a little video about, propaganda, and it's going to be harder to spot now because of AI. Everybody needs to just be aware that it exists, it's happening, it's here all around us. Just be logical, don't be emotional, don't take the rage bait. Something doesn't sound right, look it up, verify it, triangulate your sources. Just try to make an effort to not make all of this worse. And I know that you wouldn't do that on purpose, but not doing anything is doing it on purpose. So it's your call. You can either fall for it all, but when your family and your friends start screaming at you, you might want to remember this conversation, that, it's okay to be wrong. It's definitely okay to be wrong. And that's how we learn. That's how I learned, because I had been putting my whole heart and soul and faith into people, and they let me down every time. It was just always bullshit. So before you invest yourself, your soul, make goddamn sure that it's the right move and that it is truthful, honest, and logical. Good luck, everybody. I think we're all going to need luck on this one, because there is so much more coming over the next few years, especially during the elections. Election season hasn't even really started yet, and they're practicing their AI bullshit. So get ready, because it is going to ramp up during elections, and we have to be ready for this, okay? So take care. I'll see you soon. Thanks for sticking around. There's more to come.